Let's talk about recovery. Today I'm going to give you an inside secret into recovery. I'm going to show you how you can recover and ride longer. I'm not talking about 1 hour longer, I'm talking about years, decades longer. You see, at the core of most people's recovery process is confusion because you're treating the training ride as the only thing that's stressing you out. So you're following procedures that are not always working for you in the grand scale of things. Look, you ride your bike, why? Because you love it, don't you? You ride your bike because you want to, not because you have to. And I'm going to make sure you dial that in. Why? Because I've been there myself. I've coached for over 30 years, but as a rider, 5 years after I had retired from racing, I got hit with ulcerative colitis. I didn't fully embrace the disease, didn't think it could stop me. I was immortal. There can be only one. No, that was the McLeods, I'm a McLean. But the thing is, it took me a year of struggles. I was changing my eating habits. My inflammation levels were changing until, boom, I spent 3 weeks in hospital at my first stint and I thought, fuck, I gotta change things. And that is why my mission now in my coaching is to help you. Is to help you and a million other people. I want to engage with people and show them how they can not only get to the 1% fitness levels for their age group, but they can increase their longevity of motion. They can continue cycling. For me, I'm 54 today. But in my 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, I'm gonna be a world record holder when I'm 100. I'm gonna bloody try. Okay, so if you fancy that, if you want to come with me on my journey, do what I do, and then your own thing as well, consider subscribing to this channel, because this is where this mission starts and it's going full steam. Okay, recovery, right, let's go. Do you speak another language? No? You speak English? Well, I don't even speak English, many people say. The thing is, learning another language is difficult, isn't it? But let me tell you, your body speaks the language, okay, of recovery, of intensity, of feeling fucked, okay? You know this, okay? But you ignore it. But let me tell you that learning this language is important. So your recovery should not just consist of watching videos about how much protein you should be eating, how much carbohydrates you should be eating, how much sleep you should be getting. You know all these things because your training is screwed up. You're focusing so much on your training that you're not recovering because you're overreaching. Yes, because I've been there. Many of my clients are there. You associate progression with time. You train longer and longer and longer, but you're chipping away at the pillars of life and you're fucking everything up. You gotta put your big boy pants on now and you gotta admit that some of your training is too long. It's eating away time that you're not recovering from. So, rule number 1, you've gotta listen to the language. There are 3 things happening, okay? 1, your motivation is low, especially in the morning, and you feel like a bag of shit, as we say in Scotland. 2, this is making you irritable. It's making you frustrated just for everyday tasks. And 3, it's making you a bigger asshole than you might already be. I don't want you to be an asshole. I want you to be an everyday hero. I want you to be the figurehead, the role model in your core team, your family, your community. Because if you can be spinning your bike in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, people will look at you and go, that guy is amazing. That girl, my God, she's a hero. And you can do it. Okay? So listen to the language, and if you've got those symptoms, you're in that catabolic state. You got to step back. Now, here's what I want you to do. This is the inside secret. This is the champion, okay, movement to recovery. Don't dial into particular behaviors. Dial outside of your comfort zone. So here's what I do. It's a 2-prong attack. It's a cold shower. Now, I've talked about cold showers for years. It's something I got introduced to in the late 80s as part of a training program in my sports science background. We would do them after heavy workouts and we would use cold water, normally just up to your legs. Then I was introduced to cold showers and then boom, when I got hit with ulcerative colitis, it was like an eye-opener to the benefits I could get from them. However, the physiological benefits and the cardiovascular benefits, we'll save that for another video. The reason I use them is for this. Is for the mindset of the 1% person on the planet. To be in the 1% club physically and mentally, you got to do what 99% of the world's not going to do. So what are you doing right now that's special? Why are you special? What separates you from everyone else? So your recovery is about what you're prepared to do that no one else is prepared to do. And that is tweak your training, do the hours that you can recover from, and dial into something that's hard. So the cold shower is unfucking pleasant.
You live in Scotland, coach. It's cold every day.
The time of shooting this video, it's getting into the middle of November. I have to stay cold for several months now. But the cold shower is unpleasant. Nobody wants to do it. I don't care how brave and tough you are. I've been doing it for years. I don't enjoy doing it, but I do it. Why? Because it's that moment where I can cognitively connect with 99% of the world do not want to do this, and they're not doing it. By me doing it, it elevates me as a human being. It elevates my confidence. It elevates my commitment to longevity of motion. I am prepared to go that extra step. I do the cold shower, I get the endorphin release, I get the physiological benefits for my cardiovascular system, I get the fucking lightning bolt up my spine into my brain. I come out the shower and I'm grateful that I did it. 6 hours later, 12 hours later, I know that I have the capacity to do what's needed. I will recover better. And I'm getting the physiological benefits of the cold water as well. I'm going to be sharing lots of videos of what I do with cold water as well, not just the shower. There are other means to developing your cardiovascular system. But the whole concept of recovery is, it's not about after your workout, it's 24/7. It's the whole day. What are you doing with your nutrition? You're smart enough. Yeah, you're smart enough to be able to follow a plan and know exactly. Now, I'm not talking about being regimented, robotic, eating the same things, calculating everything out. You're a smart person, okay? You know exactly when you've eaten shit and when you've eaten good. You know what you're drinking and what you're not drinking. You know about your evening routine. You come with me on my journey and I'll share exactly what I do, okay, in these particular moments and how you can take parts of it, create your own pathway. But to recover properly, you need to not overreach. You need to really dial in your training and grow slowly. Fast gains, fast loss. You need to build consistency for years to come. And you're gonna ride your bike because you want to, not because you have to. And you put a bloody big smile on your face, and when you're still riding in years to come, yeah, you'll look back and say, thank God I got on that mission with the coach by subscribing to the channel. But hopefully it's given you enough power to move forward with your recovery. You want more from me? Hey, there's a link in the description that will give you access to my audio book. Yeah, you'll get a little bit more of my backstory, where I came from and where I am going. If you want to come with me, click the link and get it because it's free. I know, a Scotsman giving it away, something for free. You gotta grab that quickly. I promise you, it's got the potential to change your life. Hey folks, you keep spinning, keep recovering, and keep smiling. And if you're not smiling, you're in the catabolic state and you're not recovering, and you're becoming a bit of an asshole. Nobody wants an asshole in their life, come on. Longevity of motion, you can do it.